guys, ADPC Customs here once again. Another video on the NVIDIA app. We're going to be revisiting the optimization, the game optimization menu, as I missed something on the last one. So let's jump in here. Okay, so we're in the graphics tab in the NVIDIA app, and we've selected the game that we've been doing this on. And as you can see, I've returned it to its stock settings. And one thing we didn't notice when we clicked optimize, this slider moves. This is actually a slider, it moves. So we can optimize for the recommended settings here, which are highlighted, which are as close to quality as possible while still maintaining decent performance. But we can drag this down. And as you can see, it changes the values that it's going to change in the game's settings menu. So this is recommended for my setup. This is best possible performance. This is best possible quality, and everything in between. So what we'll do is we will optimize this game for the best possible quality. We'll have a look in, see how it looks, and then we'll optimize it for the best possible performance and see how that looks, and see what the performance and FPS and so on and so forth looks like as we go. So here we are, we'll just click optimize. There we go, that's optimized very quickly. It doesn't take very long. Why not, we'll launch the game from the NVIDIA app. Give it a moment. And we should be in any second now. Okay. So as we load up, we'll enable our FPS count so we can see what we're getting. If you're curious about the load, FPS and so on, up in the top right corner, that's where you'll find the FPS, the GPU utilization, the CPU utilization, and the latency. So we'll drop in and see if we can see any discernible difference in graphic fidelity and any difference in the performance of the game. So we'll just go with the standard batsuit, probably easiest. And here we go, we dropped straight back in at Park Row where we did on the last one. And personally, I think we can see some much better textures on the cape and on the cowl. Our FPS is down, but just static, everything's moving fine, there's no stuttering. We'll do a slow pan round. Those textures do look really, really good, so we are getting the best possible images here. Bearing in mind this is a 1650 that I'm doing this with, so if you do this and you've got like a 4080 or a 4070 or something like that, your results may be even better, or it may be that it's already maximized to this. So we'll go up to the edge and we'll have a look around, see if we get any tearing or stuttering. Nothing here. All seems fine. We'll just see if we can get the attention of someone to come over here. Okay. We're going to have to go down. bit of stuttering there. I don't know if that's the game or the settings. Okay, we'll take this guy on. Oh, there was some serious stutter there. So, that's on the maximum quality settings that the NVIDIA app will allow us to do. So, we'll drop out. And we'll drop back to the NVIDIA app, back into graphics. And now we will move the slider all the way down for maximum performance and click update. As you can see, before it changed, that changes a lot of things and turns a lot of things off to give us the maximum possible performance in game. So now we'll go back in and we will launch the game again. Again, top right hand corner for the information, the FPS and the utilization and the latency. For the life of me, I don't know how to improve the load screens. So here we are. No changes, obviously, in the menus. Do the exact same thing again. And I don't know if you're able to see this in the video, but the textures on the cape and cowl are a lot less defined. Not so much on the textures on the buildings. We'll do another slow pan around, see how things are shaping up. Still fairly well defined around the face, but there is some stair stepping on the cowl and the shadows aren't as clean. The snow doesn't look as good, and we're not getting the lighting effects as we pan around either. We're getting some lighting changes, but no shadow effects or God rays or anything like that. So we'll step up to the edge, and that looks a little rough, that ledge edge. And we are lucky enough here that we actually have someone nearby that we can do a demo on. So let's have a look-see. Little stutter. We'll wait for him to get back up and we'll do this. That was cleaner than on the previous. But as you can see, the textures aren't as sharp, they aren't as clean, they aren't as pleasant. So we'll drop back out. So there, as you can see, it's a little bit more than I said it was, but you can fine tune it. If you're willing to give up some of your, excuse me, if you're willing to give up some of your graphical fidelity for better performance, it does work, and it is a little simpler than crawling through settings menus in the game, not necessarily knowing what they do. We'll just click revert, back to bone stock, and then we will go to optimize for the recommended, because I actually have decided I quite like that. So, as I say, you've got your slider here, which I didn't realize did anything. I thought that that was just an indicator of the recommended settings that you can use and nothing else, but you can adjust it up and down to get better quality, lower quality, but better performance. And it would appear that the NVIDIA app has decided that right here, these values are a nice sweet spot for quality and performance. So just as a little final taster, we'll go back into the game on those settings. I really do wish this would load quicker though. And that this was skippable. We'll put our FPS counter up again. So once again, as we've seen with all three demonstrations, the menu screens load the way they load. They look the way they look. There's nothing you can do to change those. We'll drop back into the game at the same point again, same batsuit. And here you'll be able to see the difference in the FPS and the texture quality. As you can see, texture quality is improved again. You can actually make out a leather type pattern on the batsuit's cape. The cowl looks a little better defined with maybe a damaged rubber effect on it. The snow looks better. It's not blocky. And the textures on the buildings are clearer and more defined. So we'll do the pan around again. As we pan around, we are getting some strange behavior on the wire fencing, but nothing that's a game breaker here, nothing that's going to ruin my enjoyment of the game. And I've been enjoying this game since it came out. And there we go. We get there's your ambient occlusion. There's your lighting effects. Because there's bright light coming from the moon, he's more in silhouette now than he was in the low settings. So, and as you can see, the ledge is better rendered this time. So we'll walk up to the edge again and we'll look down. And there we have our unlucky thug to do a demonstration on again. That goes into more of a slow-mo than a smash cut. Much better. So, higher fidelity on the graphics. They look a lot nicer, a lot crisper, and decent performance. So, there we have it. A slightly better look at the game optimization functionality in the NVIDIA app. And one thing that is going to come from this is I am going to be using iCat. That will be another video to follow this one at some point. It's an image comparison tool. I've had a play around with it and I quite like it. I'm not sure if I can remember where I saved what I did. It's not there. So let's get rid of that. It might be in there. I don't know. Anyway. That will be another video and I will recreate what I did and we'll do some comparisons in there and I'll show you how that app or that plugin works and what it's useful for. And with all that being said, like, subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.